Hello, welcome back to the Outdoor Man Cave. Today I'm going to do this beautiful Hassell Cattle boneless short rib, boneless plate rib, whatever you want to call it. It's just a beautifully high marble piece of meat I carry here in my store here in San Antonio area. If you're not in the San Antonio area, you can order this piece of meat off their Hassell Cattle's website, which I'll post a link to. It's a great looking piece of meat. I'm not going to have to do a whole lot with it because, as you can see, it doesn't have a ton of fat on it. Most of this fat I'm just going to leave on for uniformity reasons. I might take a little bit of that off. Not going to get real carried away because it looks pretty darn good already. Just right out of the package. Person could, if they wanted to take that off. I'm going to leave it on there just for, like I said, uniformity reasons. I'm out of duck fat. I'm sure most of you by now know I prefer to use duck fat, but since I'm out, we'll just have to use some oil. I like to use a little bit of oil to help adhere the seasonings. Today I'm going to put a base coat of my SA. I'm going to put a nice medium coat of my burnt beef. And I'm just going to put a light coat of my new Texas Steakhouse. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the sides first. I'm going to show you my trick to doing the sides. Get a spatula and it will just bounce right off. Does the perfect job. You're not having to move your meat all around. Does a great job of getting the sides. Look at there. Doing good, doing good. Really tell when you put my new steak rub on because it's got quite a bit of activated what? I just blew COVID everywhere. Got a whiff of it. There we go. Now we'll do the top. I'm not going to get real carried away because we're putting 3 layers on. Go back and touch up a little bit here if need be. It's got all kinds of goodness on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that sweat in, get my PK 360 ready. We'll come back in a little while and go from there. Today I'm also going to use my new meter. What this is, a wireless thermometer. I'm going to stick that baby in there, download the app, and I can go in the house while it's nice and cool and watch my progress from there. We'll be back. All right. As you can see, it's sweated in about as much as you're going to do. It's just a perfect little rectangle of goodness. I can promise you it's going to be delicious in a little while. So it's pretty much ready to put on. So I got this meter. I'm just going to shoot it right through the middle here. Right there. And now we're going to put it on the PK. As you can see here, I got all the charcoal to one side. I just got it partially lit. I got some wood chunks for some extra smoke. I got the baffles down here, the vents open on this side, closed on this side, closed here and open there. I promise you this PK is going to do its job, and we're going to have an excellent snack. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this in a little while. Cooking right along. I'm really liking how this meter temp is working, the thermometer. I'm going to move this Cookmore grid. I'm going to move it down here. It's not going to be quite as hot as it is up high. The ambient temp on this Cookmore, the ambient temp on this meter is reading kind of high. It was about 330, 340. And I didn't want to cook quite that much, and so let me see if the temp drops down if I lower it. That's why I got it here. I'll go ahead and do a little spritz. Got a little beef spritz in here. Everything's going pretty good. There we go, boys and girls. This baby smells delicious already. This meter thermometer I'm really liking. I think it's something definitely all of you would like to have in your barbecue arsenal. I even went inside and watched a little TV, and I was able to keep track of it just like that. So I'm going to wrap this little nugget of beef goodness in some beef or some butcher paper. Put it back on the PK to finish off. It's about 165 now, and my target temp's around 205. By the way, when I moved that this beef rib down to the lower rack, that helped a lot with the ambient temp. It brought the ambient temp to 300 degrees, right around there, a little lower, and that was what I was trying to do. There you go. If you don't have a PK, you certainly need to get one. About the most versatile grill you can have. Alright, boys and girls. Yes, I'll come back to you, then I'll ask what the meter's done very well. Still inside here, so the ambient temp is on the screen. The target temp was 205, we reached 204. I want to double check to see if I have probe tenderness, which I do. Paper sticks a little bit. Just to recap, I put all the coal and wood over here on one side. That way the heat was indirect and the smoke would go across and out this vent. Now that we're ready, we're going to take this thing off and let it rest for about at least an hour. So we'll be back in a little while. See how well it turned out. Well, here we go, boys and girls. See what we got going. The moment of truth. Take it off this for a second. Unravel this baby. Man, it smells delish. Just a nice little nugget of goodness. This meter thermometer out. It did its job very well. My Ryland slicer. Slice this baby up. Oh my goodness. I mean, wow. That is just meat heaven right there. So you could just serve it up like that, depending on how many people you're trying to serve. Another way you could do it, just cut it up in little cubes, make appetizers out of it. This is little 1-bite appetizers. Big bites, I mind you. In with all the bark on it. Here's the test. Man, I can't say enough about how good this tastes. With all my seasonings on it, just brought it to another level of goodness. You see, just squeeze it and you see the juice come out. I promise you, get a piece of this meat, season it the way we did here today. Use your good thermometer so you can keep track of your cook, and you will not be disappointed whatsoever. Just check out my website. You can get all these products, anything from the knife to the thermometer to the meter, and you'll be in heaven. Check it out.